Okay guys, this is Giridhar here. So I have got this OnePlus One with me. So let me show you the camera interface, and I'm right now using the screencast feature that comes out of the box, and I'm going to open my camera here, and let's talk about the camera interface and the different settings and options available in the camera. So interface as such is pretty minimal. Not much to fiddle around. Touch to focus, and then you can click here with this button here, and you can also switch to a panorama mode, or you can directly start recording your videos. And you have a couple of settings here. The first one, which means that you have changing it to your primary camera, the front facing camera, and then this is a flash setting here, and this one is for much more settings like the contrast and makeup. I mean, this one gives contrast, and next one is the warmth, photo warmth, and then the third one is about smoothening your face. It's called the makeup effect, and then you have a timer, and you also have an option to switch off your geolocation there. And also there's the last option, which is the settings, and we have some interesting options in the settings. So settings itself is categorized into camera, video, and general. So in the camera, you can say basically choose the pixels, picture size, ranging from QVGA to 13 megapixel, and you can also set the quality of the pictures, and you can set the pictures to click in burst mode. And in the slow shutter speed, you can define how slow the shutter speed is going to be. So I'll talk about show shutter speed later on. So but basically you can go up to 8 seconds of opening the shutter, and a couple of other advanced features there. And in the video mode, we have an option to choose the size, and it ranges from 4K to QCIF resolution. And right now I've set it to 720p. Basically, I love this slow motion feature in the OnePlus One, and if you have it at 720p, you get an option to shoot slow motion videos at 120 frames per second, and that's really cool. And if you increase the size to 1080p, you might have to restrict yourself to just 60 frames per second. So, and then there is a slow motion and time lapse. Time lapse feature is really cool. So once you set the time lapse on, you get various features to like how many, what's the interval you want to use for time lapse, and it ranges from 0.5 milliseconds to, I don't know, like 24 hours. So between every single shot, there'll be like 24 hours. That's the time lapse. And you can choose the audio codec and also the video codec. So I will set it to AAC, which is good quality there. And we have some general features to control the zoom, and you can entirely switch the controls to if you're a left-handed person, convenient to you. Okay, coming out of the settings, you have swipe down action to give you different effects. So sepia, mono, steady photo. Steady photo is basically a fast shutter, and night mode is pretty slow shutter there, and action mode is super fast shutter. And you have also slow shutter, which is quite interesting. Slow shutter mode lets you kind of click motion trails or light trails, and then you have this beauty mode, which kind of softens your skin, and smart scene, which selects what kind of scene the foreground is and adjusts the settings accordingly. And you got a clear image. HDR mode is really good, and I basically leave it at auto, and if I have to change it, I would change it, otherwise it's always in auto mode. Okay, let me show you a couple of pictures which I shot with this, and this particular shot was taken using the front camera, and front camera interface is the quality of the front camera is really good. this is a shot which was taken outdoors, and when I zoom in, sort of start to notice the noise there. So when I inspect the EXIF data of this image, it says that it was shot in ISO 100 and the shutter speed is like 1/278 of a second, but still there is noise there, so that's pretty undesirable. Okay, let me show you some other picture. Okay, so the aperture is the widest aperture possible in this camera is f2.2. So let's see the details of this picture. And it was shot as at f2.0 and the exposure is like 1/10th, and ISO went all the way up to 2000, and because it was shot as f2.0, you can see the background is kind of totally blurred out, and you have this foreground sharply in picture, but I've lost the contrast and saturation here. It's kind of a bit washed out. In reality, it's like real wood color, and it's kind of really bright wood, dark brown there. But in the picture, it looks washed out. I'm not sure for what reason. And this one shot a low light situation. And this is a DJ's turntable. And I found that OnePlus One camera is not a great performer under low light conditions, especially when the flash is off. And this was the one which I was telling about the slow shutter speed. So let's see the details of this particular picture. The shutter speed, the exposure time was 2 seconds, and in 2 seconds I could see the light trails like this. And I have I already showed you the option to kind of increase it up to 8 seconds. I have not tried it yet, but it would be a good experiment to try it out. Overall, the camera is pretty interesting. It's not as great as what you get in uber great cameras like the 1020 Nokia Lumia 1020, but it's also not as bad as the Nexus 8. It's got a lot of features, and the features are easily accessible from your home screen. The only issue which I have here is the moment I click on the video, it starts recording. So I expected it to go on a video mode and then start ask me, and then there must be another button to start the actual recording. But the moment I press the video, it starts recording the video. That's one issue I had. Otherwise, the focusing is pretty fast, and it's a good camera. It's got a lot of features in it, and whatever issues I mentioned there, it's all fixable by software updates, and hopefully OnePlus would take all these issues into account, and they will fix these small issues. Thanks for watching the video. This is Giridhar signing off, and stay tuned for more of my videos.